Explorer uses JavaScript. And I told you that Netscape and other browsers also came. That means other browsers like Safari, other browser like Opera. All these people were using JavaScript. All were using JavaScript. But suddenly what happened is, in 2000, Netscape stopped JavaScript. And when Netscape stopped JavaScript, but HTML was continuously developing. HTML was continuously growing, and JavaScript stopped. That means JavaScript stopped, but HTML was continuously growing side by side. That means now what happened is that JavaScript was not able to handle the new concepts of HTML. Then do you know what happened is, every browser started extending JavaScript by their own. Every browser started extending JavaScript by their own. That means every browser, Internet Explorer started new things in JavaScript. Safari started some new things in JavaScript. Opera started some new things in JavaScript. Due to that, what happened is, browser compatibility issues started. That means JavaScript and HTML, these two will not work on every browser in the same way. Why this is? Because so the core JavaScript is same, but several options in JavaScript were modified and changed according to browser requirements. Due to that, so every browser have its own JavaScript extensions. Due to that, compatibility issues started. Even today, if you ask anybody what is problem with HTML and JavaScript, they will say browser compatibility issues. Even you know that, right? Already we learned that when we use HTML and JavaScript, you know that suppose we have a page and here we have date of birth. I told you already, we saw that. Suppose I said input type is equal to date. And you see, when I run this on a browser like Edge, when I run this on a browser like Edge, it will get a date picker. So you can select a date. And when I run the same on another browser like Internet Explorer, you will not have a date picker. There is no date picker. It is working in Edge, but it is not working in Internet Explorer. These are compatibility issues. That means now in one browser it is working, in another browser it is not working. This is big headache for developer. That is the reason you might have seen. So if you open Gmail in an Edge like browser, immediately they will show an alert at the right side corner saying that better use Chrome. Am I right? I think you have seen. Whenever you are using Google related any product in other browsers, they will immediately alert and say that please use Chrome. Have you seen that? Do you know why they ask please use Chrome? So don't think that they are promoting themselves. They are asking to please use Chrome because they designed their Gmail, YouTube, all apps best suitable for their browser. For their browser is Chrome. And if you try to use them in other browser, some options may not work properly, some may be blocked. Then you cannot complain on them because already they asked you to use their browser. You see several banking applications. So when you are trying to open banking applications on your mobile or any another browser, they will warn that you need Internet Explorer 11 and higher version. You need only Internet Explorer. Have you observed such things? That somebody is asking to use a specific browser? Have you observed that? Right? That means So technically, every browser have its own. Yeah, every browser uses JavaScript only. Yeah, don't think about any other script. Huh? I already told you here that Safari uses JavaScript, Opera uses JavaScript. Huh? So every browser uses JavaScript only. Understood? Right. So every browser uses JavaScript only, nothing else. Okay. Now these are the problems. Compatibility issues are there, and that is biggest problem. And another point here is JavaScript language. Lot of language issues are also there. Language issues, I will tell you. We will discuss about language issues in the next level, because for that we need to start the language and we can understand that. So one of the main problem with JavaScript is compatibility issues, browser compatibility issues. And very important is, so lot of DOM manipulations. So that means lot of references, and lot of coding. So that makes application very heavy. Application becomes very heavy, right? Technically, the point is, yes, you can do everything, Shubham. You are so genius that you can build a new software. People are building new softwares and applications now, right? And you can also do that. For that, you need to learn so many technologies. Not just by learning HTML. So forget about that and just think about what we are learning, okay? Because your capacity is not up to that now to even understand if I talk about them, okay? Your level is this much only. So don't go more than that. So your level is up to HTML, CSS, JavaScript only. This is too much for you to handle as of now, okay? Don't think more than that. Just think about what I am teaching currently. That's enough, okay? Because you are not even capable of understanding if we talk at a very high level about the other technologies, okay? So the point now is to overcome all these issues of JavaScript. So compatibility issues, lot of DOM manipulations, lot of references and coding. Application becomes heavy due to lot of reference and all. In 2006, John Resig, he introduced a library. He introduced a library for JavaScript. And its name is jQuery. The main intention of jQuery is it's a library. Library means it has ready-made functions. That means actually in JavaScript, I have to write 10 lines to handle certain functionality. Now in jQuery, you can write one method that will handle that 10 lines logic. So it is a library of functions which you can easily handle. That is the reason jQuery came with a concept called write less and do more. That is the main slogan of jQuery. It's a library of JavaScript, and it reduces the compatibility issues. It provides the functions in such a way that without writing much logic, you can easily handle. So later you'll see what is jQuery, how jQuery works and all this. But for that, first we need to understand how we can use this JavaScript now, right? So these are the features and the drawbacks. So in real world projects, if anybody asks, like in real world projects, so do we use JavaScript directly? So if anybody asks, like, do we use JavaScript directly in real-time projects? Actually, no. We don't use JavaScript directly. In real-time projects, we majority use jQuery only. In real-time projects, we use majority jQuery. Now jQuery JavaScript also having issues. That's the reason now people are using React and they are using Angular. They are using like Vue.js. They are using like Ember.js. So many other technologies like Backbone. You will understand about them later. So like Knockout.js, all this. So in real world projects, directly JavaScript is not used. So majority 100 to 100% all real world projects are using jQuery only. Now several projects few years back they started Angular, React like instead of jQuery. But in real time projects you will see people directly working with jQuery environment, jQuery. Then why we have to learn JavaScript? Because jQuery is a JavaScript library. jQuery is a JavaScript library. Without knowing JavaScript, you can't touch jQuery. So that is the reason you will learn jQuery as a complete language, and you will you will learn JavaScript as a complete language. You will learn examples with JavaScript. You will design examples using JavaScript, but you will not directly use JavaScript in real-time projects. Majority in real-time projects, developers have to work with jQuery. So, but we cannot use jQuery without knowledge of JavaScript. So JavaScript knowledge is 100% mandatory for web developers. So, and very important is now we are going to learn JavaScript. So not only for HTML, it will help us for server side and in databases also later. So we are going to use JavaScript in 3 locations actually. First, we will see how to use JavaScript with HTML. Then we will learn how to use JavaScript with Node.js, which is a server-side technology. Later, you will learn about JavaScript with Express to build APIs. And later, you will learn with MongoDB. In so many locations, you will use JavaScript now. So first, we are going to learn how to use this JavaScript with HTML. So what is the purpose of JavaScript with HTML? What is the relation with HTML? That's what we are going to learn actually. So technically now we are going to learn JavaScript with HTML. Now, what is relation of JavaScript with HTML? Generally, HTML presents DOM, that is document object model. Already we know that. And JavaScript manipulates the DOM. JavaScript manipulates the DOM. That means adding elements, removing elements, modifying the elements. So DOM manipulations. If anybody asks what is the purpose of JavaScript, at high level, you have to tell that JavaScript is used for manipulating DOM. But that is high level. This is high level answer. That means this is the answer of an expert in technology. Then if they ask like, tell me more, that means they are asking for a low level answer from you. Then you have to tell that, okay, so JavaScript is used with the HTML as client-side script. So if you tell that JavaScript is used with HTML as client-side script, they ask, so what is the role of client-side script? They ask what is the role of client-side script? Actually, the role of client-side script is to handle client-side interactions and the client-side validations. This is the main purpose. Now, generally, if you ask what is the purpose of JavaScript to an ordinary learner, do you know, immediately he will tell this point that, sir, JavaScript is used for client-side validations. This is the point you will hear from many people who learn JavaScript. So many people who learn JavaScript, they will say that JavaScript is used for client-side validations. So JavaScript is not only used for client-side validations, it is so much. So it can do a lot of things. In HTML, it is used for client-side validations, client-side interactions, and best answer is DOM manipulations. That's enough. If you say that it is used for DOM manipulations, this is the complete answer. In the DOM manipulations, interactions will come, validations will come, everything comes under the concept of DOM manipulations. So JavaScript is used for manipulating the DOM. HTML presents the DOM, JavaScript manipulates the DOM. So that is dynamically controlling the DOM. That means HTML presents DOM. We call it as static DOM. And JavaScript manipulates the DOM. And it makes the DOM as dynamic DOM. Dynamic DOM means it starts interacting with us. It handles the interaction with us. That is the relation of JavaScript with HTML. Client-side interactions, client-side validations. The main purpose of JavaScript with HTML is actually, it is used to reduce burden on server, so that everything is not managed on server. I will tell you one point here to make it clear. So how it reduces burden on server actually. Suppose we have a database. So suppose we are having a database. Suppose this is database. And the database is like Oracle. So we have a database. And database is like Oracle or MySQL or some database, MongoDB. All these are database, SQL Server and all this. In the database, we have a table. So in the table, so we have fields like name, like age, like date of birth, like this. And actually name is string. Okay. And age is a number. And date of birth is a date type. Now the point is here, now this is the type of data we are expecting in the database. Now what happened is, to interact with the database, generally we need a server-side technology. That means we need a server-side technology like JSP, like PHP, like .NET, like ASP, like Python, so like Node.js, all these are server-side. Now what happens is, here server-side we write the logic to communicate with the database. That means we write the logic to communicate with the database. Send the data, get the data, we will do that. Now we have so many other things to happen actually. We will have a web server. So this web server is responsible for handling the requests. Now we have a client computer. So this is your computer. Now what happened is, this is client. This is client. And the client is using a browser like Internet Explorer or some browser. In this, he is watching, he accessed your application. Here we provided a form. In the form we have name, we have age, and we have date of birth. And they have to enter the details. So he entered name, John, age as some A, and date of birth, some date of birth, some 2010, 1990, something like this. Now the point is, he entered these details. And now he entered the details, but they are not the details we are expecting, because age must be a number, but he sent a string. Now what happens is, this, when he submits, this will come to the web server first. From the web server, it is sent into server-side technology. This server-side technology will send to database, and database will verify the values sent are the same type or not. If any value is not same type, now database will reject that data and it will send back. So it will reject the data. Then server-side technology will catch the data and identify why it rejected. and it will identify that data type is not matching. Then it will send that message to web server. From there, a message will come that data type is not correct. This is a lengthy process. The data have to travel and data have to manage so many interactions. That means it's a lot of burden to server. That's the reason what we can do now is when user, you can verify, when user sends the data to server, you can verify on server itself. Here itself we can verify. That means using server-side technology, we can verify. So after verifying, we can send into database. That is better. But but here also server is doing the work. So what we can do is by using JavaScript and jQuery, you can verify that here itself, in the client side itself, you can verify. That means now JavaScript runs in your browser. It will run in your browser and it will verify these details in the browser itself. And if everything is fine, then only it will submit to server. If not fine, immediately it will report the problem here itself. That means JavaScript is not doing client-side validation. JavaScript is reducing the burden on server. That is the primary aim. Understood, everyone? JavaScript intention is not to validate. JavaScript intention is to reduce burden on server. Understood, everyone? That is the main aim. And to reduce burden on server, it is using validations. It is using validations client side. That is the key point actually. That is the key point. So JavaScript is handling this. JavaScript is handling this. So JavaScript is a client-side script. If anybody asked what is the purpose of client-side script, the first point as a developer, we should say that I am using client-side script means the main intention of client-side script is to reduce burden on server. Why? Because if I give every work to server, it's a burden to server. So we will give this work to client-side script. But we have some drawbacks also. Drawbacks is nothing but, so if the browser disables JavaScript, if browser disables JavaScript, that means if the browser disable JavaScript. If the browser disable JavaScript, that means now the validations will ignore. That means browser can disable JavaScript. We have that facility. Because we have problem with, generally we have problem with JavaScript on browser, because client-side scripts have the problem is nothing but they can broadcast your information to others. That means we call Trojans actually. That is the reason browser provide a facility to block JavaScript. If JavaScript is blocked, then client-side validations will not work. Then what our server-side developer have to do? He need to handle the validation server-side. That means we need both client-side and server-side. But if client-side is not working, then it comes and validates server-side. If client-side is working, that is fine. That means we cannot just depend on client-side validation. But if client-side validation is working, that is very good because it reduces the burden on server. Understood, everyone? Right? The main purpose is to reduce burden on server. Lot of interactions we can manage like this. So this is the key point of JavaScript, why JavaScript is used, right? That is all the history and basic things about JavaScript. Now, how JavaScript is used with HTML, how to write JavaScript, how JavaScript handles all these validations and all, we need to learn that we will see from tomorrow onwards, okay? Today we just saw the introduction and tomorrow we will start practical, okay? Practically, how to write JavaScript, how we integrate JavaScript. So we will see from tomorrow onwards, okay? Right.